This episode of The Give and Go is brought to you by Verizon, an official sponsor of the FIFA World Cup 2026. If you're with Verizon like us, you have the opportunity to score golden tickets to watch a portion of the FIFA World Cup from the field for the first time ever and closer than ever before. Enter now for a once-in-a-lifetime chance to win this exclusive pitch-side access in the My Verizon app.
And if you're not a Verizon customer, make the switch today. Don't miss out. The Golden Ticket Sweepstakes ends on November 20th. This FIFA World Cup, no one gets you closer than Verizon. No purchase necessary. For terms and conditions, check out My Access within the My Verizon app.
Hello and welcome back to The Give and Go. I'm your coach Reynoso here with my boy
Soltero. What's up, y'all?
Folks, it is a weekend recap. And we've got a lot to talk about, man. A lot to talk about. A potential crash out in the making for me because I've had a tough weekend, folks. I'm sitting on 45 points now, prediction table-wise. Soltero extending the gap 69 points. 69 points. It's a 24-point gap at the moment.
God.
And we didn't agree to this, but I think it'd be great. First to 100 wins, and then it resets. Otherwise, I'm gonna be chasing, man.
Yeah, let's do that.
Right, first to 100, and we'll have a little trophy for the winner.
Okay,
and a little mini punishment for the loser.
Okay, every 100 points.
Every 100 points.
That sounds fun.
Every 100 points, and it's looking very, very likely like Soltero is gonna win the title, as you did predict correctly one score, but then you also predicted a lot of victories in this weekend. The obvious one has to be the Manchester City victory over Liverpool, 3-0 at the Etihad.
Yeah, I mean, how do you feel, man? how are you feeling? Big loss. Defeated. I mean, if we're being honest, defeated, bro. I feel defeated. I think truly the Premier League title, just isn't destined for Liverpool this year. That's what I took away after this game. We were second best in this match. Manchester City looked really good at home in front of their fans. Erling Haaland with that first incredible goal. Some controversy with the Andy Robertson goal, which I understand. But at the end of the day, you see how the game played out, bro. I think we were destined to lose this game. And looking back now, I think that Real Madrid victory that had me so joyful, had me so happy midweek, ultimately gets justified by the fact that Real Madrid just isn't that good. And we, yes, are better than Real Madrid, but are nowhere near the levels of Arsenal or Manchester City right now, this week. We just aren't. And we're now, 8th place in the table? Looking like we're out of the Premier League title race. One-way traffic at the Etihad. City were dominant, man. I'd say pretty much the entire match. Within the first 10 minutes, I actually thought about you, bro. And I was like, damn, if I truly was in a Liverpool fan's shoes, I would have been so worried. So worried because I just didn't see any path for them to get through this City team. And it's all credit to City. That's the thing. Like, I don't actually have anything really bad to say about Liverpool. I
do. But go ahead.
Anything bad we do have to say, I feel like we've said it over the last month now. All of the problems that Slot is facing just haven't been fixed. For me, it's the defense, man. Like, at this point, I just don't trust the two center back pairs. And I know Virgil van Dijk is and will always be one of the best center backs of his generation, but this season it's just simply not working. Kirkes and Robertson, they've just been average, honestly, for Liverpool, both offensively and defensively. And Bradley, dude, he got ran by Doku, and it's not Bradley's fault. Doku is in the prime form of his life. That's just how good Manchester City is, and that's what I want to talk about today. Dude, after seeing this performance and after seeing the last 3-4 matches, I hate to say this, but I think Manchester City are the best team in the Prem right now. I think the best team in the Prem right now.
Whoa. Yeah, Arsenal 4 points ahead on the table right now.
I understand that.
Arsenal top 3 in the UEFA Champions League right now.
I completely understand that.
You want to double down on that?
I'm double down. I'm going to double down.
Wow.
I think the way Manchester City's playing right now, their defense just surprisingly good all of a sudden. It was shaky in the Club World Cup, and it was honestly shaky to start the season, but again, these last 5-6 weeks, City all of a sudden look like they're back in their prime form. And we kind of alluded to it a little bit. You actually did, talking about the creativity and fluidity of Phil Foden. Yeah. That was on display today. Yeah. Yes, he didn't really get on the scoreboard, but his movement was fantastic. His combination with Doku, Haaland, and Bernardo Silva, Savinho, Shirky, it makes the City team
work like clockwork, man. It's so smooth. And if Foden's playing smooth, Haaland's going to get a goal in every single game. And I think Manchester City also have the best midfield right now in the Premier League. I would say even better than Arsenal's right now. And it's because Bernardo Silva's just drifting in and out. He can join in on the attack. He can relieve pressure in possession. Nico Gonzalez, all of a sudden, just a really solid midfielder. And he has that Pep style that he likes. Just really good and technical on the ball. It's ridiculous how good this Manchester City team is right now, how quickly they've turned it around compared to the start of the season. And then Nico O'Reilly, all of a sudden, just Manchester City have another one. They have another academy product that all of a sudden is just one of the best players in his position. Mateus Nunes is another point of attack. He's not even a fullback, but Pep has made him one. And it just gets so many points of attack with this Manchester City team.
And you got to look at Donnarumma as a major upgrade over Ederson.
There you go.
That's crazy.
That's another one. So, yeah. So I look at this Manchester City team and all I see is just 10 out of 10. Like, no matter where I look, I just see like gold, just shining diamonds, man. Yeah. If they keep this up, it's going to be a hell of a title race. And if I'm an Arsenal fan, very scared.
I was a fool, man. I was a fool to think that we could compete in this game, bro.
Yeah.
Because I'm watching Doku absolutely torch my boy Connor Bradley, bro. And you said it earlier, there's a certain type of fear. There's this attacking force that Manchester City has. I think they showed it fully in this game, bro, because I felt that same fear that I felt back when I saw Leroy Sané, prime Leroy Sané, go at our fullbacks. When I saw Riyad Mahrez fly on that wing. When I saw Sergio Aguero score banging goals for Manchester City against Liverpool, the same fear found me once again. I thought that maybe it had left after the season that Pep had last year. I thought, thank God, I'm finally done with this. And looking back at the last 8 matches between Liverpool and Manchester City, Liverpool have won 7 out of the last 8. We've low-key dominated Manchester City for a good time now. But in this game, man, it felt like it all came back from a Liverpool fan perspective, the things that scare me the most about Manchester City, which only means good things for Manchester City, bro. What a performance. What a game. I said I had some bad things to say about Liverpool. It's time that I lay it out, bro. It's time I lay it out because I've had this take brewing for a while now. And I've just been holding it back for a minute. But I think after seeing his performance today and low-key against Real Madrid too, Konate, man. Yeah. Konate has swapped defensive powers with Upamecano. And Upamecano is now playing like prime Konate. And Konate is playing like the worst of Upamecano, man, because he's having howler after howler after howler. That penalty that we gave to Manchester City came from Konate having a terrible clearance into the pathway of Jeremy Doku, and then he draws the penalty. And time again, it feels like Konate is doing so many giveaways. He's not looking as sharp. It feels like his mind is just elsewhere. I don't know what's going on. He's not as sharp as he used to be. And Liverpool fans are talking about how his mind is low-key in Madrid right now. He's saying about his next move. And I don't know what it is at the end of the day, but I think it's really hurting this defensive partnership with Virgil van Dijk, so much so that it's making one of the greatest defenders of all time in Virgil look mediocre as well. Yeah. So I'm putting a lot of this on Konate, specifically in the defense center back pairing. And then up top, man, I'm starting to get reminded of Salah just not being it. Florian Wirtz having probably one of his worst games this year after having one of his best against Real Madrid, in my opinion. And that missing piece of Luis Diaz, I'm getting reminded of, bro. I think we really could have used Luis Diaz this year. That's looking like a massive mistake to ship him off. All in all, bro, it results in 3-0 victory for Manchester City. I apologize. I had no business believing Liverpool was going to win this game away from home, bro. I got carried away.
Yeah, carried away.
I got passionate. I'm a fan at the end of the day. City, by far the best team, and I'm definitely considering them as potentially better than Arsenal. I need to think about that one.
Okay. I like how you said, though, that you got reminded of the fear that Manchester City used to make you have, because that's what happened to me today, too. It looked like I was shipped 2 years ago, and I was watching Premier League title winners Manchester City. That's what it felt like. Yeah. And that's why I say what I say today. And if you're Arsenal, you should be very, very scared, because when Pep gets his 11 flowing like this, it usually ends in silverware, bro. And that's terrifying. So that's why I didn't want to say it. I don't want it to happen, bro. But just the way that they're playing right now, I don't know how this team doesn't score 2-3 goals a game. That's the problem. And I really thought their defense was going to to be shakier. But all of a sudden, it looks sturdy as ever. And looking at this game and just seeing the drastic change from Liverpool last year compared to this year, it actually is City-esque. Manchester City last year, all of a sudden, went from 4-time Premier League title winners in a row to just conceding every single game. Liverpool cannot keep a clean sheet. It's impossible for them at this point. And you don't really tie goal concessions to title winners. Like, you have to have a good defense to win the Premier League title at the end of the day. It's just out of Liverpool's reach if this defense is going to be it.
But it just baffles me, man, that a title-winning side that ultimately didn't lose that many pieces spends over $400 million in the transfer window, hailed as one of the greatest transfer windows we've ever seen just on paper, is then going on to play like this. Damn. That baffles me, man. It baffles me, and it ultimately is the biggest signifier of money doesn't buy a good team. It's how you assemble it, how you use the pieces, and how those players play once they put on that jersey. Liverpool really showing that. I mean, they're contender for one of the worst teams we've ever seen that spent that amount of money, bro. Like, up there with the Chelsea teams that have reached the billions. This is really bad so far now, man. And I think we are out of the Premier League title race with the performances that we've seen so far. We're out of the Carabao Cup as well after getting eliminated by Crystal Palace. All that's left is the FA Cup and the UEFA Champions League, where we still might have a chance. But we will have to pick up our form in the same way that PSG did last year and find our true best selves come January. It's so concerning, bro, that we spent that much and weren't able to be at our best this early into the season. It does bring me, though, to the Linked Up segment presented by Verizon, where we have a question regarding Manchester City from our friend Dallas. Dallas asks, is it time to consider Manchester City as back?
Oh, they're so back. This team is so back, and it's happened literally over the course of the month of October. And I think they're going to continue this run for the rest of the season. The way this team is flowing, again, I'll repeat it because I'm happy to do so. Doku is in the form of his life. He's what everybody thought, I think, Jack Grealish was going to be. Doku has become that. A non-stop dribble penetrator that can blow past two defenders just off of pure pace, and then he has the technical to boot. You have Erling Haaland, who is literally averaging a goal a game, if not more. It's a ridiculous stat to tie to him. He's one of the best strikers in the world. Ryan Cherky's trying to be one of the more creative midfielders here, but you still have veterans like Bernardo Silva, Ruben Diaz in this side. You mentioned it before. They have, in my opinion, the best goalkeeper last season in Gianluigi Donnarumma now. This team is really flowing, and I think with this 3-0 defeat against Liverpool, they are back.
And it's even more emphasized when you see the result between Sunderland and Arsenal. We had an incredible match in Sunderland Stadium, ending 2-2. 2-2, the league leaders drop points in an incredible draw that's absolutely deserved by Sunderland. A 94th minute game-tying goal gives me my best prediction of the season, a draw. A draw. I didn't guess it specifically numbers-wise, but I did predict the draw. It's crazy. The first draw predicted on this show. So 4 points there, man. The anomaly, they're calling it. Sunderland 2, Arsenal 2.
This one's all Sunderland, man. My goodness, the comeback that they mounted in the final 20 minutes, so impressive. They completely flipped the script on Arsenal after Trossard scored that ridiculous banger to give Arsenal the 2-1 lead at that moment. I was like, this game's done. Arteta's going to set up shop. This is the best defense in the Prem. 2-1 is how this match is going to stay. But Sunderland had other plans in mind. They wanted to keep their undefeated record at home alive. And the last 20 minutes, starting in the 75th minute, going into stoppage time, dude, this game was all Sunderland. I could not believe it. But we've seen it before in that match against Chelsea. We've seen it throughout this entire season. Sunderland do not die. Yeah. They fight. And we saw the exact same thing today in the Stadium of Light. Sunderland came back, but it's because they had the desire, the passion, and the aggression to do so. That goal from Brobbey was just pure passion. It was pure drive, pure will. He pushed aside Gabriel and he got his boot to it, earning Sunderland the draw. I was so impressed, man. I was so impressed by this side. It was ridiculous comeback from them.
Yeah. And you felt it, though. When you saw the game kick off, bro, that atmosphere is ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's so intimidating. It just felt like it was written in the stars for Sunderland to do something special. And when they scored the first goal of the game, I thought it was really happening. I predicted a draw, but I was like, oh, they might go on to win this game.
Yeah.
Granted, Arsenal showed their class. Trossard, man, what an important piece. Heavily underrated. I thought he would have more of a dip this season, getting that he's older and we kind of know what he is. But I think he's been great so far, bro. And he's an important piece for Arsenal in the backup winger role, because time and time again in Liverpool's title winning runs and Manchester City title winning runs, you need those backup players to bag 5 to 8 goals in a season or get involved with assists as well. Trossard is on track for that already with a really important goal that he got against Fulham to give them the lead, I believe, and now to give them the lead momentarily 2-1 in this game, but ultimately settling for the draw. I had mentioned in the preview, though, drawing here is not a bad result for Arsenal, in my opinion. Knowing how good Sunderland is, they're the real deal. They're this year's Nottingham Forest. This is a top 4 side. Away from home, it's a tough result. Arsenal ends up tying, but obviously, yes, Manchester City gets closer now because of this.
And that's why I'm upset, man. I'm upset with Arsenal because damn it, man. Damn it. From an Arsenal perspective, you do so much to get that second goal. And honestly, you look at both goals, they're ridiculous finishes. That's what they had to rely on because Sunderland did not give them an inch.
Yeah.
So the fact that they even managed to get 2 goals, I was like, you have to protect this lead. You've worked so hard for this. Do not let it go. And ultimately they did. Yes, it's all credit to Sunderland, but I just think I keep hearing this phrase for the last 4 years, and the phrase is Arsenal should have won that game. And I think you can apply the same phrase to this match. 2-1 with 15 minutes to go. Arsenal should have won this match. But it's that phrase, it's these moments when Arsenal don't get the 3 points that ultimately comes back to bite them when you have like teams like prime Liverpool or prime Manchester City going for the title as well. I think these are big drop points for Arsenal considering the context, the fact that they had a 2-1 lead. But I mean, credit to Sunderland, like I said, but damn it, bro. Damn it. Now it's going to get tight. It's going to get real tight.
It's going to get tight. I mean, I said going into the season, we both had picked Liverpool. That's out of the question. That's out of the window for now. But if you were then to say who's your next most likely winner, if you were to tell me that Manchester City was back, then I'm still going to go with them, bro. I'm still going to go with Manchester City because they've shown it time and time again. They have a good world-class coach, 1,000 games in Pep Guardiola. It's just tough for me to see Arsenal actually pull it off. I still think they are on course to do it, though, with the results they've gotten so far. I still think it's there. It's just going to get very tight. It's going to get very dramatic. And it might be setting up for, once again, Manchester City jumping them over within the next 10 games type shit. It might. I'm just saying.
It might, man.
This is better than what I've seen in the past. That's all my take resides upon when it comes to Arsenal. It's better than what we've seen before. And I think for an Arsenal fan, that's good enough.
Oh, man. They needed the 3 points.
God.
They worked so hard. This game was so difficult for them, bro. Sunderland's first half was perfection.
Yeah.
It was perfection. And Arsenal somehow managed to flip that.
Yeah.
And then it still wasn't enough. It still wasn't enough. But again, it's just all credit to Sunderland, which, by the way, dude, when Sunderland's coach made this triple substitution, he brings on Talby, who we've seen go off this season, and he's an excellent player at Bruges. He brings on Broby, too, who 18 goals at Ajax a couple years ago. And Adingra, we know, a good dribbler from Brighton. I was like, damn, that's good depth pieces. And this is a newly promoted side. Like, this is ridiculous. And I think that's why when you look at the table right now, from second to 9th place, only 4-point separation.
Yeah, still crazy.
Ridiculous, man. This league is so tight, unprecedented competitiveness. And guess who's in 3rd place, my friend?
Yeah, I'm going to fucking crash out.
Guess who's in 3rd place?
Because they put in a great performance after a shoddy midweek performance. Chelsea fans DM'd me. They're like, bro, why can't we get this consistency every single game? I'm asking the same questions, man. So it just pissed me off more, man.
I'm happy with it. I'm so
Not
happy.
good enough, bro.
No, bro. You
do it
keep doubting him.
consistently. Yeah,
keep doubting him.
I was allowed that now with that Carabao result.
no.
I earned a couple more games to continue doubting.
Keep doubting.
That was a notable result. And then the other one I would say is Tottenham, Manchester United 2-2 tie, where, United blew a 1-0 lead in the last 10 minutes, but then were able to tie it in the final minute. De Ligt getting a goal off of a corner. Share points here between two teams that are part of that really tight pack in the Prem. Let's head on over to La Liga, where we had Barcelona go up against Celta Vigo. A game where we did predict goals and a lot of chaos and drama. It's a Barca game. It's going to be entertaining no matter what. And once again, we see things such as Celta Vigo expose that defense and get 2 goals on the board in this game. Yeah. But then we see also Barcelona's prowess on display with Lewa getting a hat-trick in this match and Lamine Yamal getting the 3rd goal in this game. I have a question for you. Tell me something new about this Barcelona side. Something that hasn't been said this season, or is there nothing new to say, bro?
Damn.
Is there nothing new, bro?
Dude, everybody's thinking that. You look online, even the pundits are done talking about Barcelona. Like, there's a genuine disgust with the way that Flick approaches the games that you have Henry just like not even excited about talking about Barcelona. All the ESPN analysts just being like, "Yep, this is another Barca game, 6 goals."
Yeah.
It's expected at this point. There's nothing new to say. That's the thing. At the end of the day, Barcelona were clinical today. I do want to note that
Lewa was clinical.
Clinical, bro.
Lewa, bro.
His 2nd goal, gorgeous pass from Rashford. Beautiful delivery into the box. Lewa does Lewa things. He meets it exceptionally well, gets a really good goal. Lamine Yamal's goal, the Barcelona's 3rd one, the anticipation he has when the ball gets deflected in the box to meet it almost immediately. It's just such quick reaction time, and to still have the technique and ability to get a good contact on it, it's ridiculous skill. So that was on display today, and that's what Flick needs when you're conceding 2 goals because of the damn high line, bro. Mm-hmm. And that first one is just it's Barcelona week in, week out. You just let the high line do its thing, it's going to concede. So I think if Celta had a better team, this game would have been a lot tighter, because Celta threatened so much in those first 30 minutes. They just didn't have the players to actually be clinical themselves. Barcelona won this game. They were clearly the better team, but man, if Celta were Bruges, if Celta were Villareal, if Celta were anybody a little bit better, this could have been 4-3, 4-4.
Goal of the game, though, for me goes to Borja Iglesias. That strike outside the box was insane. Yeah. Insane, with so much force that Szczesny couldn't even get close to it. It was a beautiful, beautiful finish. And if there's something new to say, I guess it's that Lewa is back. Lewa is back. We haven't said that yet because he's been injured. Lewa has officially returned. I think that's really the biggest positive. A hat trick, bro. A hat trick at 37 years old, dude.
Yeah.
This guy is old. He is old, but he continues to show that he is world class, bro, because the header I thought was ridiculous that he got, and the other 2 were really solid goals. Marcus Rashford got 3 assists in this game, by the way. Yeah. But Lewa, dude, I think he adds such an offensive factor for this team that just guys like Ferran Torres just ultimately can't do, despite being solid players. True. Lewa being healthy is absolutely crucial for Barcelona to potentially remain in the title race, because Real Madrid did drop points. Yeah. They dropped points against Rayo Vallecano, so Barcelona's only 3 points off. Mm-hmm. That's the big positive here. Is Lewa coming back, Barcelona gaining ground on Real Madrid. But if they want to actually put pressure, I think a lot of it is going to come from Lewa being healthy and also getting Rafinha at some point to complete the attack.
Yeah, I'm so excited to see Rafinha back, man. I just want to see this front 3. I just want to see this front 3 be fully healthy, and then you add in the Rashford effect off the bench, or even start him and bring Rafinha off the bench. Mm-hmm. The depth that they'll have in the front 3 will be ridiculous. But you're right, man. The presence of Lewandowski, they don't have anybody outside of him that can bring what he brings to the pitch. So that'll be interesting to see as well. But we talked about it in the Champions League midweek. If the high line is like this, I just don't think it'll matter how good the offense is. I really don't. I think it'll be enough to be competitive in La Liga and the Champions League, but to win silverware, what I saw today against Celta in the first 30 minutes was just shocking, man. The amount of space that lies between Szczesny and the nearest Barcelona defender, it's literally half a pitch. It's ridiculous amount of space that the opponent can always run into. So I just can't trust it against better teams. Seriously, if Celta just had better offensive players, bro, they would have scored 3 or 4 goals in this match. But yes, exciting to see Lewandowski.
Yeah, it confirms though. Hansi Flick is going to double down. He's not even going to think twice about that highline. I said it midweek. He's going to double down on it, no matter the results that come from it. Other notable results in La Liga: Atleti defeat Levante 3-1 with Griezmann getting on the board, and Villareal continues, man. They continue winning.
I know.
The Chelsea of La Liga.
No, for real. Like, it's becoming so clear. There's just a massive gap between the top 4 and everybody else.
Yeah.
So the league is shaping up to be more of like an obstacle course for the top 4 rather than like a competitive league.
Yeah.
So,
well, let's see what Anthony can do for Real Betis. One man carry job. Gets them into the top 4. No, truly, it is a 4-team, you could say, race. I think I just can't believe Villareal hasn't flamed out after 12 games. I thought it would happen around that 9th or 10th game where it would start losing ground, but they keep winning games. And also, I do like that they finally got Moreno back. Mm-hmm. Moreno, their star striker, who knows how to back 20 plus goals in this league like it's nothing. He's returned. He already has 3 goals for them. Yeah. I think that's actually really important for their offense to continue holding up this level of play, specifically in La Liga, because in the UEFA Champions League we've seen the limitations.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. The games between the top 4 are going to be essentially finals. Every single one. We've already seen, Atletico play Villareal, for example, the Clásico, Atletico, Real Madrid. These are league-defining games. The rest of it should be wins. I agree, though. To see Villareal keep up with everybody else, very surprising. Longest I've seen a team go was Girona, when it was like February, March, and then they eventually tailed off.
They're fighting relegation now.
yeah.
Jeez, man.
Brutal for Girona. But Villareal, I mean, we noted it. Villareal do have good players, for La Liga especially.
Nothing on Atletico?
It's the same thing as Villareal. Like, I genuinely think 5th place through 20th place, we can now beat them with almost distinct certainty. It's actually ridiculous.
Yeah.
But can we beat Barcelona? I think yes. The question is, will it actually happen?
Yeah.
Villareal, will that game be tricky for us? I think yes, it will be tricky. That's where this league's going to be won. But Madrid have a 6-point gap between us and Atleti. It's not bad. It's not terrible, but for Madrid to drop more and more points, I just think it'd be rare.
Yeah, absolutely. Folks, let's move on over to the Americas, where we had some crazy, dramatic games in MLS and Liga MX. But the biggest headline in the Americas, Dua Lipa going to the Boca Juniors River Plate game, bro, making an appearance.
Did she really?
She wore an Argentina jersey, too. She knew how to play both sides, brother. How would you play in front of Dua, man?
Was it in the Monumental or was it the...
It was at the Bombonera.
Wait, really?
Uh-huh.
Wait, really? Oh, so she went to like the neighborhood one.
Neighborhood, and they won 2-0, bro. Boca Juniors. Crazy, man. Crazy. Shout out to her. Hopefully she's the World Cup halftime show or something like that. I'm wishing her the best, bro. Big Dua Lipa fan.
Yeah, that's wild.
But let's go to the MLS, because we also had some crazy results there. Starting off with Minnesota versus Seattle. Ridiculous game, folks. Ridiculous game, with it ending 3-3 after regulation, going to penalties, and Minnesota pulling off the incredible victory. Let me just go down the list here, bro.
Please.
This is what this game had.
Yep.
It had 3 goals in the first 20 minutes. It had a defensive howler that if we had the Inside the NBA crew cover football, they would do a Shaq and the Fool moment for that defensive error on the second goal. Ridiculous.
Yeah.
Ridiculous howler. A red card in the first half from a headbutt. A comeback from the team that's down a man. A complete comeback where they flipped the result. An 87th minute game-tying goal from Seattle to make it 3-3. A goalkeeper substitution then happening at the end of the match going into playoffs. That same goalkeeper injuring his groin on the first penalty shot. Yeah. Ober Vargas missing a game-winning penalty opportunity, hitting the post. A St. Clair save on a second game-winning opportunity for Seattle Sounders. Yeah. St. Clair then scoring a penalty like he's prime Neymar. And then the substitute goalkeeper who injured his groin, hitting the post to finish the shootout. That's what this game had, bro. If any other game in the world had 2 of these things, it would be a crazy match.
Yeah.
This one had over 10 impossible things, brother.
I am begging MLS to figure out a way to get these scenarios earlier in the season, man. Because this is what the league is capable of. True chaos, pure drama, and goals galore. Not just in this game, but bro, in every single playoff game. And it's been like this for the last couple of years. MLS Playoffs over delivers every single time, but the regular season just it's so far removed from the energy and passion we see in the playoffs, bro. If the league can just figure out how to repeat playoff energy throughout the regular season, bro, MLS would be one of the most entertaining leagues in the world, bro.
But to make the counter, don't they say the same thing about the baseball playoffs? The same thing about the NBA. It is just an American sports thing to almost have the regular season be like your typical routine theater that you go to every other day to just go to after work, have a drink, watch a game, catch a game, and then come playoff time is when it gets absolutely crazy. Isn't that what the USA sports market ultimately wants?
I thought about this, and here's my problem with the way soccer is set up versus baseball, basketball, is the baseball, basketball postseason, they're 2 months long. That's so long. And the thing is, there's a game every other day. There's playoffs games every other day for 2 straight months. But in MLS, the playoffs is only 4 weeks long, which you're like, oh, that sounds like a long time, but you only play a game a week. That's it. Yeah. So, yes, the energy is just as high as it is in basketball and baseball, but we get so much less of it.
I see what you're saying.
From a time perspective, you get so much less of it.
More concentrated within a month.
Yes.
Than like spread out over 2 or even 3, man. Sometimes it goes a long time.
Yeah, and like you get so much postseason basketball. You get so much postseason baseball. But at the end of the day, you get the title-winning team plays 4 games.
Yeah.
In postseason. That's it.
Yeah.
So you don't get any sort of run. It's so quick. MLS playoffs is so quick compared to the grueling 34-game regular season that they put before it.
100%. And it's just showing this playoff season, the games have been ridiculous. I can't believe how good I felt after 20 minutes knowing that I predicted Seattle getting a result here. Up 2-0, bro. I felt so good. Like I'm really making that run where I needed points this week, bro. And
no, I know. I thought about it too.
And then the Rosales red card, I'm like, this is perfect.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
Perfect, man. It was set up.
And Minnesota flips it, bro.
Yeah.
I was thinking about it, bro. This might be one of the biggest choke jobs I've seen in the Americas, probably since Botafogo, bro. Yeah. Probably since Botafogo. But to think from the Seattle Sounders perspective, because also there were moments when they were up 2-1 or even 2-0 where they like hit the post, bro. Rusnak had an opportunity when it was 2-1 to make it 3-1, and that ball just hits the post, bro. It was so close. And then the 2 opportunities in the penalty shootout to win. I mean, this is a choke job of the greatest demands, which completely took me by surprise because I had highlighted Seattle Sounders as the thing that they have to offer is that big game mentality as they showcase in the Leagues Cup. This is football at the end of the day, bro. Yeah. Minnesota, the gods were in their favor. And they got a crazy result.
Crazy result, man. And it goes through the whole team in penalties, too. Every player shoots, going all the way down to the goalkeeper. Like, you literally can't write this stuff, bro. Man. You get that in MLS playoffs. It's nuts.
Yeah. And we got it as well in the Cincinnati versus Columbus game, where also I had selected Columbus Crew to win this game, and they go up 1-0 in the second half. Yeah. And within minutes, Cincinnati ties it up. And ultimately, it is a game winner from Da Silva, who gets a brace in this game. Crazy move at the top of the box to create space. And in the 86th minute, he wins the match for FC Cincinnati. It is a party. It is scenes in Cincinnati as they defeat Columbus in the Hell Israel rivalry. What a crazy good game. A game that ultimately you predicted to a T. Ding, 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 ding. 5 points. FC Cincinnati wins 2-1.
Yeah, I was expecting Evander to really step up at this match, but it was actually his Brazilian compatriot, Brenner. My God, what a performance, bro. But, I mean, outside of those 2 chances, this game was as tight as you could possibly write it. There was almost nothing between these 2 sides. Truly, I think what gave Cincinnati the edge was being at home. In those last 15, 20 minutes, you could tell that they just had a lot of momentum, but I really think it's just because the crowd was completely immersed into the atmosphere. They were behind every single Cincinnati pass, shot, tackle, and that inspired the Cincinnati team to just get those goals. It inspired Brenner to just shine in this match. Columbus Crew played, honestly, a good game. I don't think they could have played any better. Cincinnati edge out Columbus in this match. Ridiculously tight game.
Deserved result, bro. Deserved result for them as they move on to the next round. And we might as well look at the playoff landscape now that we have it almost nearly settled. At the time of shooting right now, Portland has not faced off against San Diego. We will know that result soon. But the other matchups are all set. Cincinnati will now face off against Inter Miami, who just defeated Nashville at home with, Lionel Messi getting on the board twice in this game, and really quickly with that first goal to just break the deadlock and never give it back. Inter Miami ultimately dominates Nashville to win the series after Nashville had won that second match. And now you have an Inter Miami Cincinnati matchup, which you guys know. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I have Inter Miami winning the MLS playoffs, the MLS Cup this season. So there's no reason to go in depth here. I'm going Inter Miami in this match over a Cincinnati team that took it to Columbus Crew.
Yeah, I'm going Miami as well, but I think this is going to get crazy. I think it's going to be another wild game.
Versus Messi.
Yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of goals. It could be like 3-2, some shit like that. Or maybe it goes to penalties, but Miami's going to figure out a way to get through.
Now I'm questioning it, man. I don't know.
I know, man. And I think
they're going to...
they're
going to be tougher than Nashville, in my opinion.
They're going to be tougher. A lot tougher. And the game's going to be in Cincinnati. So I think that's going to be a big factor. Miami's so good at home, not that good on the road, to be honest. I'm still going to just say Messi magic, Miami through.
Not the worst thing to rely on, man. Folks, let us know, who do you think is going to win Inter Miami Cincinnati? The other matchup in this conference is Philadelphia Union going up against a New York City side, bro, who went to Charlotte and turned that stadium into a funeral home, bro. Yeah. The things they did. Incredible performance, such clinicality on display. I want to highlight it because I saw the whole match and I was stunned. I was truly stunned with the way that they performed in that game. Game 3 setting. New York City FC moves on, but they face off against a really in form and on fire Philadelphia Union side that will be looking to go to the finals.
Yeah, that New York Charlotte game was ridiculous, man. Charlotte for the entire first half dominated New York. They ended the first half down a goal.
It was a crazy counterattacking goal.
Yeah, man. It was a crazy finish. And then New York come out in the second half and immediately get a second goal. And just completely destroying Charlotte's dreams. You look at Charlotte's expected goals in that game is 2.6.
Oh.
New York City 0.9.
Oh, yeah.
So the play that you saw, you would have thought Charlotte would have won the game. But New York ended with 3 goals and Charlotte with 1. Ridiculous. But New York have to play Philly. And I see Philly as probably the most complete team in the East, even over Inter Miami. I would be surprised if New York do the same thing they did to Charlotte against Philly. I'm going Philly in that match.
I agree with you, too. I have same sentiment. I think Philly has shown it time and time again this whole run, this whole season. They've been a very good, solid team with way more chemistry. I think New York just had a good Game 3 performance. But in this match specifically, also with it being in Philly, I'm going Philly getting the result and going to the conference finals for an Inter Miami Philadelphia Union banger in the conference finals. On the other side, Vancouver Whitecaps versus LAFC. You've said it before. You see LAFC as the favorite in that region. Yeah. Do you still believe that against a really good Vancouver Whitecaps side?
I do. Okay. My only issue with Vancouver is I don't know if they can contain star power. And when we look at LAFC, we're talking about some of the best star power in the entire league in Bouanga and Son Heung-min. I just don't think Vancouver will be able to stop them, truly. I think Vancouver will make it a really fun game, though, because they themselves play brilliant passing football. But I see LAFC actually getting the win here and going to the conference final.
Yeah, I had a few Vancouver Whitecaps DM us on our Instagram, saying, don't doubt Vancouver. Don't doubt them. They see Vancouver as winning the trophy. Don't underrate them. I said, brother, with all due respect, I do not mean to disrespect Vancouver Whitecaps. I think they've been incredible this season. And so the bet that I made with them, was if Vancouver Whitecaps goes on to win this matchup, I'll buy their jersey. I'll buy a Vancouver Whitecaps jersey.
Nice.
All right, to show that I approve and I accepted this team and that I've switched up my mind. Because as of this moment, I still think it's LAFC, bro. It's LAFC. The addition of Heung-min is enough to take them over the line against a good Whitecaps side. I'm going LAFC. And on the other side, it's Minnesota United waiting for either Portland Timbers or San Diego. I'll tell you right now my take. I see whoever wins Portland San Diego as the better team over Minnesota United, who needed a lot of crazy things to go their way to make it through to this stage. So I'm going with either San Diego or Portland, depending on the result.
Yeah, I'm going to assume San Diego pull through against Portland right now. They're up 1-0 at home. I'm going to assume they pull through. And if they do, hosting Minnesota, I don't think will be that big of a deal for them. They'll take care of business and meet LA in the conference final.
Damn, that's a good matchup right there. And we'll make predictions for that round of games once we have that solidified and written in stone. Let's move on over to Liga MX, where we had probably the most shocking result of the weekend, man. Because I went on a tangent. We both basically did, bro, on why Pumas was not going to win this game against Cruz Azul.
But we gave a caveat. We said if
we did,
Cruz Azul didn't play their B team, or if there wasn't a red card in the match. And what happened, bro? Like clockwork. I think this is our 5th game, Liga MX game in a row. There's a red card.
Wow.
There's a red card in this match. And ultimately defining because Pumas used that to ignite their comeback. All credit to them, though. All credit to them. You play what's in front of you. Cruz Azul just went into diminished shape. They tried to cope, but Pumas just attacked, and actually pulled off the victory on the road. They're in the repechaje.
They are. There was a lot that happened in this game. Rubalcaba had a beautiful goal.
Ridiculous finish,
and we'll talk more in depth about him specifically because he got the call up to national team. I'll hold that off for the international break preview. But man, what a goal, bro! What a player! He's in top form right now. Carrasquilla could have been sent off, man. He could have been sent off. He fractured Mier's tibia, bro. It just came out.
Wait, really?
Mier's gonna be out for Liga because of it.
No way.
Yeah, bro.
Wait, really?
For the fucking tibia, man. That's a red. And that changes up the whole scope of the game because Carrasquilla was the one that drew up the foul in the penalty box later on, man. So obviously, it's football. You have to have things to go your way. I think that call went Pumas' way.
Oh, for sure.
They took full advantage once Faravelli went out in the match. So credit to Pumas for being able to actually get the goals because unlike Seattle Sounders, once you go up a man, you got to take advantage, bro.
You have
to crucify your team, and they did that. But I would just say it was a little questionable from the Cruz Azul perspective. And regardless, it leaves me feeling very questionable about Cruz Azul as a whole because you mentioned like the past 5 games we've seen in Liga MX have been red cards. 3 or 4 of those have been in Cruz Azul matches specifically, man. And it actually fills me with a little bit of hope and joy because I look at who they're matched up to play against in La Liguilla. And it's my beautiful Chivas.
Your beautiful Chivas.
And it's a question of who do I trust more? A 3 seed who has had questionable performances in their last 5-6 matches, or the dark horse team in Liga MX, a concept that we've seen time and time again in this region prove itself come playoff time. Dark horses and momentum matters a lot in Liga MX.
Yep.
We might have Chivas represent that this year.
And a Chivas team who just thrashed Monterrey 4-2, by the way.
4-2,
By the way.
Chicharito scoring, Hormiga scoring with that call-up glow that he has now, ends up as the highest leading goal scorer in Liga MX. I mean, everything is going Chivas' way right now at this moment in terms of just form and energy and excitement, man. I'm so excited.
Well, let's just talk about it. 3rd seed against 6th seed. It's already set up, bro. Cruz Azul, Chivas.
Get into it.
I mean, I think it's obvious where you're going. Let's not talk about it. Let's just.
I mean, yeah, it has to be Chivas. I have to go Chivas. I know I've been accused of being biased lately, and look, I've definitely looked within regarding Liverpool and even Mexico, but with Chivas, I think it's there. To objectively look at both sides and give a good reason for why the 6 seed can upset the 3 seed. Cruz Azul just ain't it this year, bro. It just ain't it from this perspective. They lack discipline. They lack organization. At their best, they are a top 3 side in Mexico. Absolutely. They just are unable to play like a top 3 side over a full 90 minutes from what I've seen. Chivas, on the other hand, has that momentum. I think they've shored up their defense from what we saw in the first half of the season. That was my biggest concern because the offense has always been exciting. I highlighted that early on. The defense is actually the biggest thing that I've seen us improve upon. It's looking much more solid and I think good enough to provide us with a fun run in the playoffs. So I have Chivas defeating Cruz Azul and potentially going on a very, very special run in Liga MX.
Yeah, this is going to be an exciting league, I think, for Chivas because I'm with you. I'm going Chivas v Cruz Azul in the quarterfinal matchup, bro. I've stated before a couple weeks ago, I don't trust 3 teams in the top portion of the table. I don't trust America. I don't trust Monterrey. and I don't trust Cruz Azul.
Yeah.
Those are the 3 times I do not trust. And with Cruz Azul being pitted against the most informed team in the entirety of Liga MX, they're not going to pull through. I have Chivas beating Cruz Azul. Now, the tricky thing for Chivas is when they play either Tigres or Toluca. That's where I'm going to... That's where I don't
very
know.
tricky.
That's where I don't know.
Very tricky. Yeah, Monterrey ain't it?
They're not it, bro. They're not it, man. They're so... We talk about Cruz Azul being inconsistent. Monterrey is the worst version of that. Yes, they have great attackers. Yes, they can score goals. But the defense has just been terrible for Monterrey. Terrible.
And they're set up to face off against America in that first round. I'm going America. You're wrong about America. I can't believe I'm saying this as a Chivas fan. You're wrong about him, bro.
No, I'm good on them, bro. I'm good on America this Liga. They're going to beat Monterrey. Right, because they have to. They should. They're going to beat them, but after that, bro, if America have to play Tigres, it's Tigres all day.
Tigres, I can see America shocking. Toluca, I don't see it. I don't see it. But if they face off against Tigres, we'll reopen this conversation. Just know it that I think they can do something somewhat special in that sense. But Toluca, I think, is the top dog right now. They're the top dog, finishing in first place with a very good offense. We do not know who they're going to face off against, same as Tigres, as they're waiting for the winners of El Repechaje. But we got teams like Tijuana, Juarez, Pachuca, and Pumas. Who are the 2 teams that are going to go through?
Well, I really like the offenses of Tijuana and Juarez. I hope those 2 teams go through simply because I think they could really give either Toluca or Tigres a run for their money offensively. Unfortunately, though, the defense of all 4 teams very suspect, which is why ultimately, no matter who goes through, I just don't have any repechaje team with an upset.
Who we got winning it?
The whole thing?
Liga MX. Let's do the prediction right now. Who do we have winning Liga MX as of right now going into La Liguilla?
I'm going to say Toluca. If Chivas somehow face them and beat them, then Chivas win the final. Somehow. But right now, I'm saying Toluca.
God, every piece of me wants to say Chivas, bro.
Dude,
every piece of me wants to say it.
I would love it if you did.
Oh, God. God, man. I want to say it so bad. Fuck, my contact filled up. Let's go Chivas, bro.
Let's go
Chivas, man. It's time. We're making the run. We're beating Cruz Azul, and then we're beating whoever is matched up against us next. The momentum is insane. We got the best striker in Mexico to counter the greatness of Paulinho. If we do face off against Toluca, I think he's better than any other striker that remains left in the league. Give me Chivas going to the final. El Rebaño Sagrado lifting a trophy and winning it would heal me, bro. It would heal me. It would heal a whole generation of Mexicans or Mexican Americans. It would bring life to so many of us, bro. It really would. After that life was brutally removed from us in that final against Tigres. We need this, bro.
Right before the World Cup too would be just it'd be dream come true for you, man.
Wow. So it's like it could be like a Mexican Federation type agenda is what you're saying. It's better for the country
spiritually
for Chivas to win.
It's a spiritual agenda that the league wants to have.
Let's do weekend awards. I already mentioned it. My goal of the weekend is either that second Cruz Azul goal from El Toro Fernandez or Luis Diaz's insane finish against was it Heidenheim? Ridiculous. He's basically eyeing the goalkeeper with no angle and finds a way to curl it in. Either one of those 2, but I'm gonna go with Cruz Azul. Beautiful team goal.
I'm going to go with Trossard's banger against Sunderland. I just don't know how he got that much power behind it. The ferocity he hits it with. It hits the roof of the net. It's just continued to rise. Ridiculous banger from Trossard.
Performance of the weekend. I think this one's interesting. This one's really interesting because you have options like Lewa. Granted, it's against a pretty weak Celta Vigo side. You had Messi in a big do-or-die matchup, finally getting Inter Miami through to the farthest they've been in the MLS playoffs. My boy Hormiga Gonzalez had a goal and assist at the weekend. Cheech got a goal too. Who are you going to go with for performance of the weekend? Wasn't a true standout in my opinion like how we've had in past weeks.
Yeah. Lewa did get the hat trick, but I just don't know if Arsenal salvage a point without Trossard. I just really don't think it happens. Not only did he get that ridiculous goal, but he was the catalyst for Arsenal's comeback just on the ball in that second half. He was just blowing past players, creating, constantly being dangerous. Without Trossard, I think Arsenal honestly lose this match. So I think he did so much to salvage the point. I'll go Trossard.
Big game, big result. Game of the weekend is going to be, for me, that match. Sunderland-Arsenal. I thought the scenes were incredible, bro. Night scene, Sunderland hosting, Arsenal coming in, trying to be the champions of the league, trying to win 3 points, and Sunderland holding them off ultimately. Crazy atmosphere, crazy game.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Minnesota's just wild roller coaster game against Seattle Sounders. Literally have not seen a game like that. I don't think ever.
No chance. Folks, those are our weekend awards. Let us know your reaction to games this weekend. We had some crazy ones. Let me know what you think about Dua Lipa at the Boca Juniors River Plate game. There's a lot to talk about, folks. Let us know down below, and we'll see you guys very soon with our international break preview coming out tomorrow. Peace.